To all new Mission Possible recruits, from Central Intelligence, this message contains highly sensitive information which will be conveyed once and one time only before self-destructing. Stand advised to listen carefully and act quickly. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to join a highly specialized task force trained to outfit and restore defunct vehicular transport systems.
No, I'm not a mechanic. I work in the financial field, actually.
I work in IT, so I work around computers.
Mechanic? Well,
no, I grew up, my dad had his own shop, and I worked at a Ford dealer for a couple of years as a service writer, and I do most of my own repairs, so it's a hobby, I'm not a professional.
I do supply-side finance for a large health system, and it doesn't relate to what I do in cars at all.
Like these men, you will be expected to camouflage your technical skills in an attempt to remain undercover, often donning the disguise of a mild-mannered office worker by day in order to humbly cloak the countercultural work of your evenings and weekends, supplying without expectation of payment these rehabbed automobiles to those in the community who might not otherwise be able to afford one.
I had my own shop, too, for a period of time, and the hardest part of the job is when I had to make out the bill and then hand it to the customer, and I used to tell them, I wish I could do this for free. And I told people my story now, and I said, so you better watch out what you say, because it may happen.
Some of the people, they come in here every now and then, want to see what we're doing, and they talk to you, and, they're very thankful, and that kind of touches you, because there is a person behind the car.
Behind the lot here, there's about 250 cars, and to come here every 2 weeks, the entire lot changes. A lot happens in 2 weeks, and you think there's so many cars, but they're almost never in the same spot. And what's special to me is knowing that those cars are being given away to people who need them, or they're being sold to make proceeds to repair cars for people who need them.
In recent months, the task force has taken on a special Project 67 Chevelle, the restoration of a classic muscle car, in order to raise additional funds for benevolent repairs and also to encourage automobile enthusiasts to join in the operation. Task Force leader Johnny the Brain explains the origins of this strategy.
A restoration project is what stood out in everybody's mind that they'd like to do. They think the guys would enjoy working on an old car. So I searched for about a month looking for old cars on the internet, and my main goal was to find a car between 1965 and 1970, a muscle car, something with a big block or an engine in it, and had a good body. And so pretty much what came about was this 1967 Chevelle that had a 454 in it. The car has really absolutely no rust on it, and so it was actually a pretty good buy and a good starting point for us, I guess.
That, recruits, is where you come in. Pending successful completion of Special Project 67 Chevelle, the car's task force will take on additional antique restorations, will continue to rehabilitate transport vehicles for the community, will engage weekly in death-defying adventures in their subterranean compound, and they need a few brave team members to face danger head-on.
It's kind of funny, when we do oil changes, there's when you put the thing that collects the oil, they get full and you have to drain them. So the way you drain them is you have to make sure you close these valves, stick a hose up to it, and it pumps the oil out into a bigger tank. Well, one night, I don't know why, but I forgot to shut the valve on the top, and I hooked up the air, and like Niagara Falls, whoosh, it was, or Old Faithful, I should say, it went all over the place.
The night I put the screw through the brand new plastic radiator tank and ruined it, yeah, I mean, there's a case where, gosh, we're not perfect. God knows we're not perfect. The ministry knows we're not perfect. But I tell you, it's a $140 radiator, and they wouldn't let me pay for a new one.
We feel we're really blessed. We've never had a major accident. We've never had anybody hurt.
But despite the risk, recruits, you will find yourself irrevocably changed. No one ever comes back from a mission of this magnitude the same way as they went in. Cars gives a man a certain something that differentiates him from the rest.
My favorite thing about being a part of Cars is that I'm part of something that's so much bigger than what I can do by myself.
The rewards are phenomenal.
My favorite part was, meeting another individual on a team and establishing a friendship and helping him through some hard times about his job situation. And there was one particular time when I was just praying really diligently about it, making sure I remembered him in my prayers every night. And I came in and he found a job and he stuck with that job and it worked out well for him.
I just keep coming because I just love coming in, seeing what the needs are, and knowing that I can meet them, and just being able to be a blessing to people and be part of a team that is working together.
You know, you just get rewarded. The Holy Spirit just, you know, rewards you in that way. It's such a blessing. You know, I mean, I can't really put it in the words.
So, recruits, practice the arts of stealth and subterfuge, and make your way to headquarters for Mission Possible training. Remember, there are no deficiencies that we cannot train out of you as we make you into stellar force for justice and compassion in the world.
Somehow there's this misconception that you have to be an ASC certified mechanic in order for us to allow you to volunteer here. It couldn't be farther from the truth.
Anybody who wants to be a part of getting their hands dirty, maybe just learning, maybe they have no idea on how to even change oil on a car or an air filter. You know, we love people like that. You come on in, we can show you how easy it is to do yourself.
There's a lot of stuff that doesn't get done just because we don't have the people that can do it.
One kid here is about 16 years old. He doesn't even have his license yet. But his mom drives him here every week, and he just loves being part of it. And you know what? He's always the first one willing to move a car in and out when we're working on him, and he loves doing that.
Accept the challenge, recruits. Project 67 Chevelle has set a fire under the CARS task force, but additional missions are not possible without you.
I really believe that when God sees somebody who has been put in a bad life situation, I think he says, you know what, there's these guys over here that can kind of help you out and help you through that thing.
You know, it's amazing how God takes the few hours a week that I put in, we all put in, and multiplies that and supplies over 100 cars a year to people in need and provides hundreds of repairs to people who already own cars, benevolent repairs. So God takes the little things we do, 3 hours a week times 60 or 70 guys, and multiplies that. It's like the bread, it's like the loaves and the fish. People get served. And I really think if Jesus was walking the earth today, I'm not so sure he'd be a carpenter. He might be an auto mechanic.